Hello, greetings, my friends, beloved human family. I'm Gilles. I thought I'd come and continue to discuss the dynamism. For there is a great deal of confrontation and dynamism on all planes on the earth. For there are certain, there is a great. We're reaching the apex of that confrontation, of that opposition between the forces, and so there is, and it's happening on many levels that is beyond our consciousness, and it's also happening on other planets and other dimensions, and so. For right now, what's going on the Earth is we are being suffocated, we are deprived of our identity. All of that is created on a draconian program. It is like dragon-like creatures. For we all connected to an ascended dragon, which is a guide on the sixth dimension, keep the sacred fire. But those beings have been polarized, and they're very. They are the manipulator of the matrix, and they manipulate through lower reptilian beings and clones, but all of that is the transgression of the divine law, and it will not last. It is really like a desperate attempt of remaining here. They won't be able to continue to maintain their presence on the planet, and they're really trying to suppress the work of the light workers. Yet we all supported by higher light, so it is not to be distracted by that. We all have this divine there is divine intervention within our life all the time. If we become aware of it, we can draw on those power. So do not give up, and the resolution will come soon. There is already this new grid of the new Earth that is formed, that is already there. It's just a matter of blending our frequency with the higher frequency, with the higher light. By the new year, we're going to see a shift. We're going to mark a new shift. So we have to continue to make this higher choice, make the heart-based choice to choose God. For what's going on is like our center is like a wheel. The wheel is completely hollow at the center, and yet there is all those sparks that are always turning. So. It is for also wanted to say that everybody deserves respect. The dark souls and the light workers, the common of the general population, and the dark souls. For everybody accepted the separation, and some of the beings, it's actually very courageous to choose at this end of time to play the role of the bad guy. Yeah, it's really even more courageous than to play the light workers. We'll end up in this glorious light. Everybody suffers, but the suffering is ending very soon. And so it's about understanding that they have accepted to play the bad role, and those, some of them will accept to face their karma at the end of time, and they will be able to ascend. Those who will not be able to face their karma will go on into a third-dimensional world where they'll be able to continue their programs and until they have completely integrated that. So it is far better to forgive than to condemn. For the dark ones, have accepted a level of separation that's even more than the common mortals, and the common mortals have accepted a level of separation that's even more than the light workers. So in some sense. I don't want to diminish the courage of the light workers, but I'm saying everybody's courageous here and everybody deserves that respect. For we're closing a book and opening a new book. It's a new chapter within our life. So we want to read and rewrite, write a new story. And so this new story is already been planned. So it's like in full communion with, in cooperation with our higher self, with the higher mind. When before we wrote a story with just our ego, but now we're going to write a story in communion with the higher self, the higher mind, and it will be a far better story. The sky will no longer be the limit. There will be no limit, and the suffering and the limitation is over. They will soon manifest as over. For it's truly going to be heaven on earth. So it's like we all came down here for that experience. We knew that it was going to be hard. I'm also going to speak a bit about the planet Chiron. For it is a dominant planet within my chart, and it is where my master guides resides. I'm going to pull a few cards. The highest wisdom for us today is the destinies. For to see that everything is perfect. I'm sorry, I'm not really getting much light. The light is. It is about understanding our destiny. The destiny is everybody's. Have a destiny. We all came here to fulfill a certain path. And so it is about understanding what is our destiny, is to be free, to be joy, to be in our full empowerment, to be in our full service. There is a new life that is opening before us. What we need to understand is all that shines. It's about there may be mood swings, but it's also about what is new, and not to be distracted by the appearance of things, those things that shines, those things that. So it's. it's about understanding what's something that is new, maybe very attractive because it's new. But so enjoy the discovery of those new things, but do not. We still want to stay connected to the inside rather than the outside. What we need to do is the higher power. We're co-creating with a higher power. Not really getting much light. Maybe tomorrow I'll find for it is cloudy here. For the card is talking about higher power. We are co-creator with the higher power. We are receiving what we need from the higher self, from the creator, from the company of heaven, from our guides, from all kinds of spiritual families that we're working with. We continue to develop this. And the outcome will be the crossroads. There's going to be at some point there are choices that to be made. We're going to take the road that is perfect for us. There is no right or wrong. It is just a matter of choice. Choice will remain very important, but there are paths that are going to cross that are going to be determinant into setting ourselves up on the path of destiny. Well, I hope this reading resonated with you. I'm a little bit in I moved from I was staying at a friend who was going for vacation in Spain, and so I moved. I was invited by other friends, and here this is a beautiful place with a lot of Buddhas. So I feel very comfortable. I feel at home here with these Buddhas, this energy of the Buddhas, and so. And so I wanted to speak about the planet Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. It is the great center of astrology. Was the initiator of, from the mythological standpoint, he was the initiator of all the heroes. And at some point, he was helping Heracles in his work. And he created this poison, but he got wounded with this poison himself. As an immortal, he couldn't die, but the poison was deadly, and so he was in constant suffering. So he's the one who keeps the wound open in order for us to heal. He's showing us the wound. Eventually, he gave his immortality to Pele, the husband of Thetis, and he ascended into the great Sagittarian constellation. But it is also a planet of knowledge, a planet of education, a planet of healing. And it's a very fast-moving planet. It was in perfect conjunction with my sun when I was born, and so it is dominant within my chart. And many years later, after I was born, I came into communication with my master guide who resides on Chiron. So, and I know my soul is aligned with this frequency of light. It is a very advanced planet who's connected to 2 other solar systems. They're very, very fast moving. They're always in motion, always. Yet they're very integrated within the oneness of the stillness of the one. And so it is a very powerful planet. And for a long time, I felt like I had to keep my wounds open. I had to keep something that was imperfect within me in order to feel but now I feel it is the time to heal the wounds and to move on, to open to a new book. And so. But Chiron is a planet right now. I think she's in Aries, and when it's retrograde, it's even more powerful because it's a very internal planet. It is called a comet in astronomy, but it is a very essential planet to all life in the solar system, and it is a frequency. I recommend you call on that planet. It's a very planet of teaching, of healing. And so I'm going to sing a song. It's a song that imposed itself in my mind yesterday. I don't know why, but it did. It's about somebody who's trying to find solace in comfort products from pharmaceutical. It's about Valium. It's about in the old days, before 2012. Sometimes we needed all kinds of product to calm ourselves down. But now we got to learn to do it with meditation. It is far better to learn to do it in a natural state, so we don't depend on anything external. It's called Mother's Little Helper. What a drag it is getting old. Kids are different today. I hear every mother say, Mother needs something today to calm her down. And though she's not really ill, there's a little yellow pill. She goes running for the shelter of her mother's little helper, and it helps her on the way, get her through a busy day. Da-da-dum, 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 da-da-dum. Things are different today. I hear every mother say, cooking fresh food for her husband just a drag. So she buys an instant cake and she burns a frozen steak and go running for the shelter of a mother's little helper, and it helps her on the way, get us through a busy day. Da-da-dum, 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 da-da-dum. Doctor, please, some more of these outside the door. She took 4 more. What a drag, it is getting old. Ta-da-dum, 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 ta-da-dum. Men aren't just the same today. I hear every mother say, they just don't appreciate that you get tired. It's so hard to satisfy. You can tranquilize your mind and go running for the shelter of a mother's little helper, and it helps her on the way, get us through a busy day. Da-da-dum, 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 da-da-dum. Life just much too hard today. I hear every mother say, the pursuit of happiness just seems a bore. And if you take more of those, you will get an overdose. No more running for the shelter of a mother's little helper. They just help you on your way through your busy dying day. Da-da-dum, 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 da-da-dum. I don't know why this song came through my mind yesterday, just when I was traveling. And so we're gonna go for a walk. I might exercise. It's kind of nice here. There is a stream, a river right down here, and so it's very, very peaceful and nice to be close to nature with wonderful friends and so the card of the day is the King of Michael, as principle, rational, ambitious, respected, to leave place to wisdom and objectivity. Be honest. The situation must be dealt with sincerity and necessitate a good communication. So I can't really see much of it. Voilà, yeah. So he's right. He's really anchored. He's really anchored, and it's really a card that calls for organization, communication, organization, the preparation for all the plans of from a higher to connect to our higher self, and to allow this higher mind to guide our path as much as possible. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I wish you a wonderful day. I thank you for everything, and I send you my love and blessing. Namaste.